Hey, what's up, YouTube shooting people? So I give you a little update on the 929. So this is a Smith & Wesson Performance Center offering. It's an 8-shot revolver, chambered in 9mm. It's got some really nice features to it. You can see it's right here, chambered in 9mm. It's got a titanium cylinder. It comes chamfered from the factory. It's gorgeous. I guess it's a 6 1/4 inch barrel. Comes with a compensator muzzle end, or just a false muzzle, which is on there now, so you don't have to shoot open division. Trigger's a sort of standard kind of trigger on a Smith & Wesson, but I did a trigger job on it. It's real nice, and not that you would ever shoot single action in a USPSA match, but it's pretty sweet. What are my thoughts on the gun? Well, I really like the gun a lot. It's fantastic. This is kind of unique in that, it's sort of a competition-based gun. Can you use it for other stuff? Yeah, sure, but it's a big pistol, or big revolver, I should say. It's really meant to sort of jump into the world of USPSA shooting for revolver shooting, where you now can shoot 8-shot minor, and you get an advantage in terms of the number of reloads you have to do over 6-shot major. So this is, a lot of people are saying it's the 625 killer. 625 is a 45 ACP moon clip gun from Smith & Wesson. This also takes moon clips, so all your rounds are like this, right? So you keep them in a moon clip holder on your belt, and very easily they just go ahead and they just drop right in there, and you can see, reloads can be quite quick, even behind the camera, right? So big advantage for USPSA kind of shooting. I-core, which is revolver shooting only. So yeah, I guess a lot of people are saying this is the 627 killer. 627 is a 8-shot revolver from Smith & Wesson that shoots 38 specials. The problem with 38 specials, not that it's really a problem per se, it's just a problem in the world of competition, is the length of the round. So here's a dummy round. These are all dummy rounds. There's no primers in them. There's no powder or primers in them. The 38 special is considerably longer. If you imagine putting these in a moon clip, they'll move around a lot more, right, compared to these that are shorter. And it'll take some finagling to get them to drop into the cylinder because they're longer. The way around that is people will use 38 short Colts, so the diameter is the same. The bullets can be the same, but the case is shorter. So, but there's some other limitations in that round, or some would argue, I don't know if it's real or not. So people think that the 9mm has an advantage because it's shorter yet, and there's lots of low data, lots of bullets available, and the brass is readily available. So people said this is a 627 killer. I tend to disagree with that. I think if you own a 627 and you've gone through all the expense to get your gun set up, get the holster, the belt, the carriers, everything, I would stay with my 627, to be honest with you, unless you really want one. If you really want one of these, by all means, have at it. If you're new and or new to shooting revolver in USPSA, or you want to start shooting I-core and you want to shoot 8-shot minor, this is a gun you should really, really consider. Accuracy out of the box is phenomenal with pretty much every load I've tried. These happen to be 147 bullets from Berries. you know, no bullshitting around. Off a rest at 50 yards, they make a hole about that big. So it's amazingly accurate. 25 yards, even freestyle, because of the long sight radius and the deep broached rifling in the barrel, it's incredibly accurate. Some people are reporting slower velocities out of this barrel. I'm not sure that's true. What don't I like about it? I don't like the stock grips that come with it. I think they're kind of cheesy. I changed to this Hogue big butt grip. I'm not sure how much I like this. I actually sanded this down to make it smaller. I think it needs to be sanded down a little bit more to make it comfortable for me. I don't like this angled magazine or chamber release, so that's going to be changed out to an SDM offering. I think the false muzzle or compensator is basically a crap catcher. They get full of shit, so you got to clean them out. I'm not a big fan of that. The Smith & Wesson sights that it comes with are pretty rudimentary. Standard Smith ramp sights, I think they're crap. These are sights from Protocol Designs, a new front sight that you have to fit onto the gun. So I did that. It works out pretty nice. For a competition gun, why don't you just put it on there? I mean, seriously, Smith & Wesson. And I'm really not into the Jerry Miculek side plate, but what are you going to do? I mean, he supposedly designed this gun. What's going to be changed on this in the future? Well, nothing needs to be changed on it at the moment. It's shootable as it is now, but I'll change this latch here, and I'm going to buy an Apex trigger for a drop-in trigger without this hammer soon. They're about, you're talking about another $200 to change these parts. So, yeah. Other than that, it's a beautiful gun. Really, really nice. It's nice to have a revolver, a 9mm. 9mm is a plentiful round. You're not going to buy 38 short Colts in the gun shop. That's for sure. I would argue that 38 special rounds are going to be pretty limited in terms of what you can get too. So, it's a nice offering. Something you should definitely consider. I like the gun. It handles well. If you're used to shooting a 4-inch revolver, that 6-inch barrel, it's going to feel like you're looking down a rifle barrel. I mean, it looks really, really long, and you just got to get used to that. So, a few minutes dry firing usually will take care of that for you. The trigger job is like any other Smith & Wesson trigger job. By the way, this is a big end frame. So, as you can see, that trigger in double action is pretty smooth. Here we go in single action. You can see how much this thing actually moves. Not much. Yep, there's an over travel screw in the back. So it's pretty solid. Pretty nice gun. One of the cheapest trigger jobs you can do on a revolver is just get it out and dry fire it a bunch. That'll polish up a lot of the surfaces that make contact with each other. So, all right, talk to you later.